We're going to go ahead and get started with our program. First of all, let me just say how overwhelmed I am by the turnout today. This is really quite remarkable. This obviously is our second event, and the turnout this time is far greater than last, which is always what you want to see. The momentum by which the apprenticeship program has been building all across this great state, and we appreciate so much each of you for being in attendance today. I also want to take just a moment to also express my appreciation to some of my colleagues in the State Senate that are not only great supporters of college and career academies, but obviously public education as well as in a whole. We have Senator Lindsey Tippins, who's over there on the left, standing up. I think we might have had reserved seating for you, Senator, but I know you normally frown upon that. But he does a wonderful, wonderful job as our Education Senate Committee Chairman. Also, Senator Tanya Anderson, who is here. She's got 2 college and career academies in her district. And also Senator Matt Brass, who is present with us as well. Coweta County's finest. He's bragging about how everything starts in Coweta County. So that's a nice, certainly a nice thing. But we have a wonderful program that is lined up today, and I just want to thank each of you for being here. But I also want to take just a moment of personal privilege, if I might. It's funny how things kind of come full circle in life. I'm thinking it was probably maybe 3 years ago. I should have gone back and looked, but I just actually was greeted with a very, very nice gift here. Now, many of you know that my oldest son and his daughter just had our second grandbaby, a little boy. And a good friend of mine, who I was in Germany doing an automobile supplier conference, touring throughout the country, and I dropped in on a company called Haber, who actually is present here today, the present CEO in the company, and they are now one of our partner companies as well, brought me this gift. But the interesting thing of all of this is when I was there, I had the great privilege of looking and touring their apprenticeship program there in Germany, seeing it up close and personal. And now, obviously, to see it come full circle 3 years now, where we've got the executive team of the company present, along with their local presence here and their full partnership in the state with our German apprenticeship program, is something very, very proud. So I appreciate you guys. So raise your hands where everybody can recognize. Let's give them a round of applause. I always hate to single anyone out, but he did bring me a gift. So, but anyway, this is, thank you again for being here. Obviously, the program, Georgia CATT, has helped to bring solutions for critical workforce needs to our manufacturers here in our state. It is my desire that innovation and educational opportunities continue, and certainly Georgia CATT is making that available to every single student that is having the opportunity to participate this, with my desire rolling this out to every single student in our great state as well. I believe very strongly in an individualized learning path for every single student. Not a one-size-fits-all educational system, but one really that's truly designed around the need of the community and, more importantly, the need of the individual student. And I believe that when we connect and make sure that education is aligned with what industry needs truly are, we will have better outcomes. And certainly the ability to have Georgia CATT and our college and career academies working hand in hand obviously makes a huge impact. I also want to take a special moment to thank our state school superintendent, Superintendent Woods, who is here as well. Thank you very much for being a part of this, along with also Gretchen Corbin, who is the Commissioner of the Technical College System of Georgia. We appreciate you, along with your staff and your team. Also, so many wonderful partnerships. I'm reminded that no one achieves success alone. It takes individuals that are willing to step up and partner and do wonderful things. And we just have so many wonderful partners through here. The German American Chamber of Commerce, the Technical College System, as I mentioned, Georgia Tech Manufacturing Extension Partnership doing a wonderful job, Coweta School System, Noonan County Schools, Rockdale County Public Schools, Butts County School System, along with Griffin Spalding. All of these individuals and these systems have really taken this challenge to an even greater level, and they are serious about making economic incubators within their communities that are going to have a tremendous impact, not only in developing their communities for more jobs, but ultimately giving students opportunities that they would never be able to avail themselves with. These partners continue to revolutionize the way our students are entering the workforce as skilled employees, driving the economy in their region, and we are very proud of how it's going to impact the entire state as well. A special thanks to all of our manufacturer companies. These programs would have not been possible without your investment, your expertise, along with your willingness to empower these students with invaluable industrial mechanics knowledge that you are providing. Oftentimes in the role that I sit in as Lieutenant Governor, we have to fight bureaucracy. Bureaucracy has a way of kind of putting its head and being roadblocks into what we do each and every day. And I will tell you that with this German apprenticeship program, a 3-year high school program, one of the challenges is getting approved by the feds that a 15-year-old can go into a manufacturing facility. And it's those types of roadblocks that we don't want to have. We want to make sure that we're creating more opportunities, more choices, and more innovation, and more solutions for our students. And so because of your commitment, because of your effort, we've been able to really push the boundaries of bureaucracy to really do things that fundamentally are in the best interest of the student, and industry is helping us make that happen. We have expanded our program from 8 companies now to 19 companies. That's quite amazing. Please, yes, absolutely. We started with 10 apprentices, and today we have 26 apprentices, and obviously I cannot be more proud as we take deliberate steps to build this opportunity across the state. Truly, this would not be a first of its kind in the United States without obviously all of our partnerships. And I mentioned to you the German-American Chamber of Commerce. President Stephanie Jelinska has also been one of the true agents of change, one of those individuals that stepped up early and said, let's do this for not just simply the German companies across our state in manufacturing, but let's make sure that we're doing it for every single company. And she has been just a stalwart individual. And Steffi, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you as a person, along with your dedication and commitment. And so with that, it's my honor now to turn it over to Steffi for a few moments. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. It's always good to go second. You can cross off half of your speech of all the people you thanked, so I'm not going to repeat myself. The Georgia Consortium for Advanced Technical Training, Georgia CATT as we call it, is an innovative and industry-led approach to education. It's benchmarked on the German dual education system, and this program is the nation's first apprenticeship program that focuses on high school students and involves a consortium of companies. Georgia CATT addresses today's workforce needs of companies and their challenges of finding skilled personnel. Students have the opportunity to graduate not only from high school, but to receive an associate's degree and a worldwide recognized German industry standard certification, and all while profiting from guaranteed employment during their training and about $25,000. All of this is only possible because of two courageous employers we just talked about: Georgia Tech, Technical College System of Georgia, the local educational partners, I'm not going to name them all again, West Georgia Technical College, and the College and Career Academies. Thank you all. I think there's a round of applause needed for these supporters. I especially would like to thank, like he did, the Lieutenant Governor, Casey Cagle, and his office, Irene Munn, for their tireless support of this program. If I wouldn't have sent Irene to Germany about 3 years ago, I don't know where we would stand today. Thank you so much. But I also want to thank you, the students. You're kind of like in the sea of people right now, for choosing and deciding to be part of this excellent program. Who are the students in the room? Raise your hands. Congratulations. In Germany, you would be 1 or 20 of 1.5 million trainees per year that are trained according to German standards in 350 vocations. So you chose the right path. This is not the end of the road. This is the start of your career. I would also like to thank the parents. There's going to be hard times, and we need all of your support for your children to stay in this program, because it's going to be the pathway to success for them. Last year, as you said, we started with 8 companies and 1 county. We're 3 counties now and 27 companies. It's amazing. We have about 2 or 3 more counties already interested in joining. I can't wait for 2018, but today let's celebrate the students of 2017. Thank you. Congratulations. And I'm going to introduce to you the Commissioner of the Technical College System of Georgia, Gretchen Corbin.
Stephanie, thank you for that kind introduction. I love when someone pronounces my name correctly. And Stephanie knows that my maiden name is Kugler, Gretchen Kugler Corbin, as we say in the South. And so I always appreciate that appropriate professional introduction. Thank you very much. Yes. Lieutenant Governor Cagle, thank you for championing the Georgia CATT program. We appreciate you championing us, having us here today, and most importantly, taking care of our Georgia companies and our Georgia students. We know in Georgia, when we pull those two together, as we do at the Technical College System of Georgia, that our students and our Georgia citizens are going to have incredible futures in front of them, and our Georgia companies are going to continue to be successful. So thank you for championing this effort. Irene, thank you for your hard work. She represents you well. Thank you very much. Please join me in a great round of applause for Governor Cagle. So on behalf of Governor Dill, the entire Technical College System of Georgia, and our team, who I have to immediately say thank you to, I see Jodan Banker. Where are you, Jodan? Thank you very much. And our true apprenticeship specialist, Mr. Kenny Adkins, thank you for leading the charge day in and day out. He is our road warrior working with our colleges. And speaking of our colleges, let's talk about West Georgia Technical College and the leadership that they have provided by being that first college within the Technical College System of Georgia to work with Georgia CATT. To President Steve Daniel and his team, thank you for the leadership you have provided in walking all of our colleges through this process. And excitingly enough, we are here to celebrate Southern Crescent Technical College with Dr. Alberta Thomas, and also Georgia Piedmont Technical College with President Jabari Samama and his team in starting additional partnerships. So thank you to the Technical College System of Georgia's team. You know, we talk about companies a lot because students, if we didn't have our company partnerships, we wouldn't have these partnerships at Georgia CATT. So Martin Plyer, we can't ever go through a program like this without thanking you and Grinzenbach and also EGO for being our first companies to step up to the plate in the partnership, and all of these companies that are here with us today to continue the partnership. We know, Stephanie, that the German apprenticeship model is certainly a successful practice that we are thrilled Georgia is implementing. We are proud of our partnership with Germany. Lieutenant Governor Cagle, I remember that trip you took. I remember you and Anja talking about the successful company visits that you had made, and I remember this discussion coming up about apprenticeships. And so it does come full circle, and we know that whether we're looking to Germany for FDI, for exporting partnerships or educational partnerships, y'all are the best. and we appreciate your continued partnership with the state of Georgia. We know, and you have proven, that available skilled workforce is the #1 requirement for any growing company. And so we are proud that the Georgia CATT program is a testament to the great things that we can do when we accomplish, and we can accomplish, when we join business, industry, and education in Georgia. So Lieutenant Governor Cagle, I apologize if I thanked you too much today, but thank you again for bringing us together for this celebration, for highlighting these opportunities, most importantly for our students, and for celebrating all that will work with them today. We look forward at the Technical College System of Georgia for doing our part at Georgia CATT and watching this program continue and prosperous for a very long time. So it is my honor to turn the podium over to Georgia Tech's Larry Alford. Larry?
Well, good afternoon. If you know Irene Munn, when you ask Irene, how are you doing, she always says, living the dream. And I think we can all agree that there are a lot of dreams in this room today. Dreams of parents who want to see their students succeed, dreams of students who have an idea of the kind of career that they might like to pursue, companies who are looking for the kind of technical resources that this program is going to prepare them for, and educators who want to see the same. I think one of the most exciting things for me is seeing this team that you've heard mentioned, so many people who are involved, who work together to break through whatever barriers have existed for us to get to this point today. And they're considerable. If you come to our implementation meetings, you'd say, wow, I guess education can move at the speed of business, because we're making changes and adjustments and adding resources and seeking help from so many, and we've really come a long way in a hurry. And I think everybody in this room can take credit and satisfaction with where we are today, and there's just starting what this can be. And Georgia Tech certainly is excited to be part of it, to be able to lend our hand to take the relationships that we've built with industry over 60 plus years of a manufacturing extension partnership program, and long-term relationships with the Technical College System of Georgia and the high schools, the college and career academies. Seeing industry work with education is a tremendous benefit and the key to us really moving ahead. And we promise to continue to work with you to see this spread throughout the entire state of Georgia. And I will tell you, I've got to give a shout out to one of my colleagues, a young lady who couldn't be here today, Jenny Holroyd, who represents our Young Worker Safety Program. And I think that's important because we are just as committed to developing the mentors as we are to developing the students. And our desire, #1 desire, is that your student work safely and be safe in their learning environment. And so we don't take that for granted, and we will continue to work hard to make sure we achieve that goal. And now it's time for why we're all here, to recognize the apprentices and the companies that are sponsoring them. We're going to do that in 3 ways. We're going to do it by community, and we're going to start with Coweta County, and we're going to ask in each stage the College and Career Academy that serves that region to introduce the apprentices and the companies. So let's welcome Mark Whitlock, CEO of Noonan's Central Educational Center.
Thank you, Larry. Let's bring up the stars today. Let's bring up the apprentices and their company representatives for, while I'm calling your name, if you'll walk up and take your place at the stage. EGO North America, Grenzebach Corporation, Groove Pen Corporation, Kason Industries, KCMA Corporation, Yokogawa Corporation of America. We want to recognize and thank the 2 other companies in our local consortium, Yamaha Motor Manufacturing Corporation, Mr. Phil Trickey, the Vice President of Finance and Administration, and WinPac, Mike Cruz, the HR Manager. Guys, Yeah, go ahead and have a seat. Let me share some words of thanks to this huge team. Lieutenant Governor Cagle, Governor, thank you for your vision and your leadership. Here's what you said last year. These students and manufacturers are committed to the kind of workforce development that will revolutionize Georgia's economy. We couldn't agree more. Thank you, Irene Munn. Chairman Tippin, Senator Brass, Chairman Coleman, Representative Lynn Smith, Representative Bob Trammell, thank you so much for the flexibility and the infrastructure that are critical to the success of a program like this. Georgia Association of Manufacturers, Roy Bowen, Andrea Harper, and your team, thanks for your support. Steffi, Nicole Hyman, German American Chamber of Commerce, you believed this could be done in Georgia, Steffi, and you've helped to make it happen. Commissioner Corbin, you've talked about Kenny Atkins and Joe Dan Banker. Mark Peavy and Jenny Williams have also been extremely helpful to us at the Technical College System of Georgia. State Board Chair Mike Royal and 3rd District Representative Helen Rice have been tremendously supportive. Superintendent Woods, Dr. McGibney, Mr. Erste, Dr. Wall, Mr. Hobbs have been particularly helpful to us in this process. The Central Educational Center Board of Directors, the chairman of that board is Martin Plyer. Board members like David Keller and so many others represent the fact that in Coweta, we learned that everyone has to be at the table and business has to lead. It was business that drove this. It's business that sustains this. Martin, thanks for the years of education you provided to our community. David, thanks for your energy and talent. You enabled us to bring all these companies together, and it's their vision and support that have helped us implement this. Coweta County Development Authority President Greg Wright, existing industry manager Amanda Fields, you saw the value in this effort and you led. Then in Coweta Chamber CEO Candace Boothby and Program Director Cynthia Bennett, the CEC was and is a chamber-driven initiative. Thank you for your support. The development and the authority in the chamber represent the breadth of engagement in our community. They work closely with our county administrator, Michael Fouch, Chairman Al Smith, our county commissioners, with City Manager Cletus Phillips, Mayor Keith Brady, City Council, and leaders like Assistant City Manager Haskell Craver. Thank you. Our Coweta County School System Superintendent, Dr. Steve Barker, Board Chair Larry Robertson, your teams and your board have engaged the community, and you've provided advanced opportunities for all students as you promised that you would. Among other things, you've expected us to continue to innovate to ensure the success of our students. Our high schools, counselors, and so many others work closely with us to make this program work. West Georgia Technical College President Steve Daniel, you bring a tremendous perspective and understanding about manufacturing to your role. Thanks for your leadership. Thanks to Senior Director of Advanced Manufacturing, Steve Cromer, Dean Linda Sullivan, Dr. Kristen Douglas, Dr. Cindy McGowan, Ms. Laura Gamage, Dr. Perrin Alford, Mr. Kevin Kane, Ms. Lee Cunningham, and the rest of your very talented team. Special thanks to Larry Alford with Georgia Tech for helping us to build the processes, Larry, that allow us to sustain this unique effort. And thanks so much to Dr. Steve Humphrey, our Work-Based Learning Director at CEC, for linking every day all the elements of this program to benefit these apprentices, these companies, and our entire community. We have EGO North America, Mr. David Keller, the president, and apprentice, Mr. Kyler Gunn. We have Mr. Martin Plyer, the COO of Grenzebach Corporation, and apprentice Chris Proctor. We have Mr. Bob Grillo, production manager, Groove Pen Corporation, and apprentice Joe LeNave. We have Mr. Burl Finkelstein, Cason Industries, and apprentice Patrick Hildenbrand. We have Mr. John Mikalowicz, KCMA Corporation, senior manager for production, and Mr. McKinley Hutchison, apprentice. We have Mr. Rich Westerfield, VP for Manufacturing and Distribution, Mr. Jacob Seals, apprentice. Now, Burl, as Executive VP and General Counsel for CASON, I know you rely a lot on Bill Zeller, who's helped you a lot in this effort, the HR manager. And Bob, I know that you rely very much on Scott Bunn, your operations manager, for help in this effort. Nick Akins Trumper and Jamie Kerr are brand new apprentices. They may have been able to join us today. If they're in the audience, would you raise your hand, you and your parents? We welcome you to the program, and we look forward to your being placed with one of the 8 members of the consortium. We are ready now, Governor, to introduce these apprentices and these companies to a commitment that they are making together. And we are ready, apprentices, for you to sign your commitment letter. There are two. There are two. All right. As they exit the stage, please join me in congratulating these apprentices and companies. As they exit, let me mention mentors who are key to this. EGO North America, Mr. Stephen Waltz. Grinzebach Corporation, Mr. Chris Chappell. CASON Industries, Philip Greer, Mark Bryce. KCMA Corporation, Mr. Eric Keenan. Yokogawa, Mr. Jason Hahn, Mr. Chris Jones. Yamaha, Jimmy Kilgore. Winpack, Robert Iverson. It's now my pleasure to welcome the CEO of the Griffin Region College and Career Academy, Ms. Katie Arrowwood.
Thank you. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. E.E. Cummins. So now I'm going to go ahead and call up our businesses and our apprentices. Okay. So as I call the business name, if business person and apprentice will come forward, American Woodmark Corporation, Hoshisaki America, Inc., and Norcom, Inc. On behalf of the Griffin Region College and Career Academy, I want to thank you so much for this opportunity to spotlight some of our best, our new Georgia CATT student apprentices. We are thrilled to be in the second round of apprentices for this most important program, not only in our region, but in our state and in our country. I would like to take this time to thank the following. First, of course, Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle, Irene Munn, and other staff members for their leadership with the Georgia College and Career Academies Network, and specifically for the Georgia CATT program. and all it will mean for the students of some of Georgia's top college and career academies, as well as for workforce development for our great state. Lieutenant Governor Cagle, your leadership in this area is unmatched across this state and across this country. I'd also like to thank the German American Chamber, and most specifically Steffi and Nicole for their leadership in helping us get started, and Larry Alford with Georgia Tech for his leadership. Dr. Alveda Thomas, president of Southern Crescent Technical College, as well as Alan Stanfield, Dean of Industrial Systems, for their work on the curriculum and putting together the associate degree that we will be offering in precision manufacturing that each of these students will earn. Dr. Laura Ergel, our director, also April Pruitt, the board chair, and our past board chair, Dave Lamb, of the Griffin Region College and Career Academy Board of Directors, and all of the support they have given. I work with 3 counties in my region, and all 3 have the best superintendents. So I would like to recognize Jim Smith, Superintendent of Spalding County, Robert Costley, Superintendent of Butts County, and Mike Duncan, Superintendent of Pike County. Also, thanks to our business communities in each county, and specifically to Laura Hale with Butts County Industrial Development Authority, Jenny Blakely with Pike County Development Authority, and David Lucky with Spalding County Development Authority. But now for the most important, our apprentices. So proud of these young men that took the advantage of this opportunity. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing really quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risk. Mark Zuckerberg. I want to thank American Woodmark, Hoshizaki, and Norcom for taking the risk on these students. And I want to thank each of these students and their parents and family members that are here today for taking this risk. I am sure it will prove to be one of the best decisions of your young life. So now we are ready for our apprentices to sign their paperwork. We have Matthew Smith. He is signing with American Woodmark Corporation, and representing American Woodmark today is Miguel Riviera, the plant manager. Next to him, we have Coleman Chandler, and Matthew is a part of Jackson High School out of Butts County. We have Coleman Chandler and Maverick Smith, both from Pike County High School. They will both be with Hoshizaki America. And today we have Anthony Ramakason, and he is the operation director there. And then we have Logan Sage from Pike County High School and Nicholas Moreno from Spalding High School. Both will be working with Norcom Inc. And we have Mr. Evan Stitt from Norcom. He's the HR director, and he is also the team leader for our implementation team for this great project. So guys, it's time for you to sign your paperwork. Again, thank you to these businesses, and thank you so much to the parents, grandparents, family members that have made sure these young men were prepared to take on this great, great opportunity. Thanks again, and now I would like to turn it over to Rockdale Career Academy. Jill Oldham is the CEO there, and also from Newton County College and Career Academy, and Chad Walker is the CEO from there. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm Jill Oldham from the Rockdale Career Academy, and we are so excited to have this opportunity. Would love to give special thanks to our school board, our superintendent, Mr. Rich Autry, our fabulous Economic Development Council, and GPTC. We really could not have done it without Georgia Piedmont Technical stepping up and saying, hey, we'll make whatever you need. And they certainly did. Dr. Jabari Samama, Dr. Ivan Harrell, and Dr. Irving Clark have worked diligently to make sure we have everything we need. Also would like to thank the parents. It's kind of a chance you take when someone says, hey, I have an idea. There's this cool new program. And the parents said, okay, let's hear more. So they did. They came, and now we have 4 fantastic apprentices joining us this year for our very first foray into this adventure. And it might look a little strange that Mr. Walker and I are up here together. However, this has been a team sport, the ultimate team sport, because he and I share the technical college. So most of our meetings were held together. And it was probably an amazing opportunity and a learning experience all at one. It's something to pull all of this together with two counties. It was a good time. I would also like to introduce our companies at this time. Haver and Becker. And with Haver and Becker is Mr. Toby Lanier and Mr. Stanley Odom. Would also like to introduce Bosch. And with Bosch, we have Tracy, aka TJ Hayes, and Alex Spencer. Working with these fine young men, we have Mr. Bruno Oberle, and with Haver and Becker, we have Claudio Calbianco, acting as their mentor. At this point, I would also like to thank our Career Tech Department. Without their support, we would have never been able to pull this together. Mr. Walker.
Thank you. To look at and be at where we're at today, and 7 months ago we just started this journey. It's quite amazing, and we couldn't have done it without the support of 3 major entities, and that's the school system of Newton County, the local business community, and our technical college, Georgia Piedmont Technical. With the guidance of Ms. Samantha Fury, our superintendent of Newton County School Systems, Dr. Tim Schmidt, the director of the CTA and Workforce Initiative, our secondary education and professional learning, Dr. Nikita Warfield, and we have 3 base schools, and without their support getting those students to our career academy, we wouldn't be able to do this. And I'd like to thank them, Dr. Sandra Owens from Alcovey High School, Dr. Shannon Buff from Newton High School, and Mr. Jeff Chur from Eastside High School. Without their support, we would not be able to be as successful as we are. Our business industry, led by our Chamber of Commerce, our President Ralph Staffen, also our Office of Economic Development, Mr. Dave Byrne and Ms. Sarah Hall, they are always there leading the way, and we really appreciate what they do for us. At NCCA, it has always been about creating the pipeline of our next generation workforce. This is just one more example of how we can meet the needs of our business community. At this time, I'd like to recognize our 6 apprentices and their company representative. Mr. James Kaufman, working for FiberVision Corporation. Along with James, we have Richard Moss, the maintenance manager. We have Amari Lackey, working for General Mills. Mark Bible, plant manager. Stephen Holmes, also for General Mills, with Mark Bible. We have Matthew Lauder with Michelin North America Incorporated, with Tony Wilding, the plant manager. We have Nolan Miller with Nishimba Automotive Manufacturing Incorporated, with Michael Gianetti, managing director. We have Rashid Ochar from Verescence, with Scott Adams, HR manager. Also in the audience, we have several other folks that will be their mentors. Paul Lorge with FiberVision as the HR manager. Ms. Sharon North with Learning Development from General Mills. We've got Bruce Adcock, Technical Service Manager, and mentor Jerry Hewley. And Lakeisha Washington, HR Supervisor from Nishimbo. As you can see, we have a large group. Our counties, together with GPTC, we see the importance and the reason to make sure that this happens. We are giving tomorrow's workforce today. Gentlemen, at this time, will please sign your contract.
Thank you so much. If everyone could return to their seats at this time, that would be fantastic. Congratulations, gentlemen. That's an amazing step for these young men, an amazing step. At this time, I'd like to turn this over to Lieutenant Governor Casey Cagle.
Wow. Well, let me just bring some closing remarks. I hope that each of you were just as touched as I am to see all of these students. Now, just keep in mind, these are sophomores. These are sophomores that are getting ready on this wonderful, wonderful journey ahead of them. And it's not something that was given to them. It's something that they had to earn. They had to pass a college entrance exam in order to get qualified for the program and then go through an interviewing process by which then they would be selected. So this certainly is a very prestigious program, and I know that all the parents are extremely excited for their kids and what the journey ahead is going to look like for them. The other thing that I think is important is that they were signing an acceptance letter. And they are obviously taking ownership of what their future is going to look like. This is the kind of commitment that is critically important. And I know that they will also take time to thank not only their family members for helping them on this journey and being there to assist them, but also the mentors of the companies. I love witnessing, as probably some of you did, the mentors already beginning whispering in their ears what the date might be, or whatever whatever they were whispering. I'm not sure, but I thought that was particularly very, very interesting. And obviously, this is it is a very distinguished group and a distinguished group of students as well. But this is an educational-based curriculum that has the German apprenticeship not only model but certification that goes along with it, along with their high school diploma upon completion and their associate's degree as well. And the income earning potential for them or their ability to continue on with their education is quite remarkable as well. And obviously being a 3-year program is quite unique and a huge commitment on the part of each of the apprentices as well. I do want to just say to each of the students that I think is important, and it's the same thing that I have told my 3 boys, and that is be determined. Every single day you wake up, make sure that you are determined in what you want to pursue. And what a huge opportunity. You're not limited at all in where you can go in life. But be determined and be excited. Be excited about the opportunity that you have. Very few people, 21 of you, that's a pretty small group in the entire state of Georgia that has this opportunity. And take advantage of it. And the last thing that I would just tell you is that every single day, seek to add value. If you will seek to add value in your job, in your schoolwork, in the way you treat your fellow employees, fellow apprentice, fellow people that you come in contact with, then you will have a life that is filled with beautiful splendor for yourself, but also for others. By adding value, those employers will look at you and they will say, I can't afford for this person to leave. I gotta have them. And I gotta have them not just through the apprenticeship program, I gotta have them for years and years to come. The other thing that I love about what you're gonna experience is you're gonna understand soft skills. You're gonna understand how to shake someone's hand, how to look them in the eye, how to greet them. And it's not going to be a student-teacher relationship. It truly is an apprentice-mentor relationship. This is something special. And the friendships that you will create, the knowledge that you will gain, will prepare you for life. The last thing is one of the beautiful stories about me being able to travel abroad. A large manufacturing company in our state. When I was traveling abroad, I was there experiencing their apprenticeship program as well. And I get back to the States and I'm bragging to the North American CEO and president of this large international company and about the apprenticeship program. And he looked me in the eye and he said to me, the greatest honor that was ever bestowed upon me was my being selected to be an apprentice in high school. And today, I'm the president and CEO of North America. So when I look at the 21 of you guys that were here today, you never know where this path's going to lead. Seek to add value, be determined, and have enthusiasm and excitement in you each and every day, and you'll be destined for greatness. Thank you all very, very much.